Another day in the crypto market, and we are in green. $2.3 trillion market cap for the entire crypto, with Bitcoin moving along with a lot of other coins. Now, in this market, to make money, you need to find undervalued assets. How will you actually find undervalued asset? It's really easy. Look at what the value is and at what price it's offered right now. So if you find a bargain, understand things are changing and we are moving towards that area where the wave 2 pump is so close. And now, yes, I know when we talk about price using charts, some would say, nah, the price in charts is just the history. It doesn't show you anything. But yes, I personally believe it does. That's why we get hit on all of these targets and the anticipated move. 80% of the time, the market is moving based on what we thought. Just to give you an example, say on August 22nd, we put this chart out in Patreon saying, waiting for a breakout, we are near the target. It's clear that you have a lot of upside there. First, your biggest target is like 19, and then you have intermediate targets. Once you break higher, you would get that. Now, it took a month. I agree, it took a month, but we got that bounce. So like, you find an opportunity, you stick with it, then you need patience. You enter there, you have patience, it's bouncing, and we are like, okay, it's bouncing. Now we have these intermediate resistance and we are going to go higher. Then what happened? The price just broke higher. We bounced, we broke higher. So at that particular point, we had resistance in between and it just went parabolic. So as it started going parabolic, now that was like yesterday, we had these trend where we are like, okay, this is the first one, this is the second one. Slowly take your profits as you reach through this range, because it's really important to consider that. Now, this resistance, the price exactly came there and touched it. So if you are looking at this one, we are like, okay, great, that really was crazy. Like, we were looking at this, and I put out this chart yesterday when we were going parabolic, saying, this is the range where we should be taking profits. And if you go look at the SHIB chart, this is what you can see. I just made this chart like 20 minutes back, and I was surprised. Okay, the price came and just touched the exact point which we were highlighting, right? And then it corrected. Now, I'm not saying it's going down. It's going to go back up. But the difference is, you need to know where to enter, then have patience, and where to take profit and how much to take out. Because you have a asset class where a lot of other coins are actually moving higher. You go through, you see, like, okay, that did fine, this did fine, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's all about purchasing undervalued asset. So you have a ton of undervalued assets in this one, but especially if the value offered is super high, then there is no doubt whether you should be entering it or not. If it's me, I'm completely on it. When looking at the fundamentals, we all know about XRP. The current affairs are also becoming stronger. With the news from SEC, with the announcement from Ripple, and all of these are coming into the picture when you are eyeing wave 2. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. So guys, when you actually see market moving, do watch this video. I've tried to explain how the market moves, how the market flow works, and Bitcoin moves first, then Ether. Now, you're gonna get your chance. That's how you make money. So understand, first you see Bitcoin moving, then you see Ether combining with it and having bigger momentum, higher momentum, and moving way higher. Then you see other coins pumping. So that's how the market works. So at last, it's like the meme coins, they're bursting through. Then they kind of reach the top and Bitcoin starts. You are watching these two now, right? Now, understand where you are in, what type of asset you're trading, where you're buying. And are you ready to wait for this to happen, to take your profits when you see these targets are being hit? And if you really want to know these kind of stuff for assets in your portfolio, if you do have like 5, 10, 20, 50 different assets in your portfolio, it's going to be hard. And that's why we do this charts regularly, because you need to know what assets you have and what your cost basis is and what target you're eyeing at. That's why we regularly update our members, like these are the charts, this is nearing a breakout, this is going to have this target, follow this is going to be the target. And once you hit all those targets, you are making money, because in this market it only matters when you take the profit. Because if you don't take profit, there's a lot of other guys who are prepared to take profit. So you need to have that understanding of where to enter, wait, where to take the profit. Now the level of patience needed in between is going to be super hard, and it's going to be varying. Understand, wave 1 we did 4-5 months of consolidation. After wave 2 we're going to do 8 to 10 months. So if you are not taking your profits in wave 2, it's really going to burn you once we drop. So before that, understand this. Now if you want these kind of charts and updates for your portfolio, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. Now let's jump into the TA side of it, because we know that TA works. We are looking at it right now. Fine. What can we see on a daily time frame? XRP is breaking in the RSI. It's like, I'm slowly grinding, I'm flirting with that particular level of resistance, and I'm moving out. Now if we look at the MACD, it's so clear that we have already crossed to the upside, and the volume is also on the upside, which is bullish. Now on the price side of it, we still have a long resistance range, which we've been following all the way from April. Now after that, as we break higher, we have higher resistance, I agree, but first we need to move above the moving average. One, we need to break this level of resistance. 2, so this is the medium term scenario when we consider the price fluctuation from April. Now understand, when you're considering from April on a daily chart, right, you are below the moving average. On a 3-day chart, when you're zooming out to see the bigger picture, you're actually above the moving average. So on a daily, chances are high you're going to get a breakout, because the bigger scenario says we are already above the moving average. That's bullish there. Now you still have that same level of resistance range or zone, which is spanning from April. Now when we look at the other aisle of this, which is the Bitcoin, we were following this, we were highlighting all this when people were saying we are going to go to 30k, we are going to go to 28k. We were like, yeah, the market can do anything, but the possibility or the odds for that looks so low, right? And now you see the market coming back up. This is the resistance which you are looking at, the trending line here, not the horizontal one, but the descending trend line, where you are near that break. So if you are able to break higher from this, you're continuing higher. Believe me, you are going higher in Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi, but this looks logical for anyone. We had this line. Now this is like a weekly chart which reduces the noise and it gives you the clear picture, but the only difference there is from this chart, which is on a 3-day, you need even more patience in this particular chart to get your targets hit. So if you're following daily chart, follow it. If you're following 3-day or a weekly chart, follow it. That's mandatory. You need to understand that level. Bitcoin dominance is showing us something similar. It's going to bounce. It's going to bounce into that range first, which was previous resistance zone. We are going to go there and retest it. Now majority of the chances are we are going to break through, but by the time we reach here, if the Bitcoin dominance is reaching like say 47, 46 range, and Bitcoin price itself is reaching like 65, we may have a slowdown. But chances are high here, Bitcoin is going to continue towards 80, 85, it can grind higher. In that sense, we are going to come back to retest this moving average in the Bitcoin dominance on weekly, that's 50-day moving average, and then get rejected and go back down. That's when you see altcoins pumping crazy. Even now in the altcoin cycle, you see this pattern where you can go like around 200% to the upside once you break, not from the current point. So do keep this in mind. We haven't actually broken higher, but we are near the resistance range. So if we can push the market higher a little bit when Bitcoin goes high, we are going to reach this range when Bitcoin is grinding higher. So that means already we are on the green, we are moving higher, and when Bitcoin slows down, people take profit there and move that into smaller coins. That's why we highlighted, like, knowing how the money works and the flow of money into different altcoins or crypto, how it moves is really important. So now we also see the short-term pattern. Say instead of looking from April, if you're looking from August, you see this. Okay, we are just breaking through the resistance trend line, but we do have the moving average above us. So now, as soon as you break the moving average, you have like 1.4 in your range. The MACD has already crossed to the upside, RSI is breaking, so that indicators are favoring that scenario. So as you follow the price, you do understand there is a lot of possibility and potential in altcoins. Reason, you are still at the bottom. See, XRP BTC shows you are still near to that bottom. So when Bitcoin is going higher, don't expect it to pump crazy high initially. When Bitcoin breaks above its previous high and everything moves together like I highlighted, Bitcoin moves high, altcoin continues to follow it. And then Bitcoin slows down, that's when a lot of money come back into the alts by taking profits from Bitcoin, from Ether. Everything is going to come back compounded into the alts. That's when these pairs are going to blast through the roof. So first, you're going to look at this range of previous resistance, which we had from till 2019, and then the high range. So that high range should be kept in mind. Now, take a step in, and you are looking like, okay, once you step closer, 4-hour chart of XRP, which is 240 minutes, shows you this one. You had this particular trend line. Once you broke higher above the moving average, but we came back immediately down when the market was having that bad news from SEC, Coinbase and all those issues. We had that coming in. Fine. Now what? Because right now, when you're looking at the market, we slowly broke above it. We came back, we retested, and we are bouncing from that. It's actually a good scenario there because you're bouncing. Now, just that you need to break above the 1.1 range so that you're eyeing 1.4 in the short term. This is a 4-hour chart. So that is the short term scenario which we are eyeing at. So when you look at the macro one and then you see short term, never trade against the macro. If you're trading, never trade against the macro because you can get liquidated, you can get wiped out from the market if you are not sure about what you are doing. Because say, we know that XRP as an asset, if you are looking at the macro scenario, it's trending higher. People will complain and people should complain because that's how those who don't complain make money. Because we stay patient, we stay resilient, and we accumulate and make money. Because this is so easy to see for anyone. We talk this almost every time. Why? Because that's the important stuff. Trend is your friend. So understand the trend, it's moving higher. Now, on the shorter time span, you kind of get slower trends where you are correcting down. If you understand that, you are trying to buy into those because after each correction you see massive upside. The correction here, you went high, then another one you popped through the roof, then another one which was even bigger correction, then you had even higher run up. Now you have the almost same pattern and you are near that breakout. So when we are breaking through this, are you in this or you just moved on to a different asset? Now you can move on to the 3-day chart to get a closer picture for that one, but it's still clear. If you have that level of patience, when you bounce back above the moving average on a weekly, that always, almost all the time, gives you a run to the upside after these corrections, in XRP precisely. So this is kind of a repeated pattern in XRP, and if you can't identify this, that's, good luck for you. But this is something you need to understand because last time also we had this wick here, we went back down, then we came back up. Now we are looking at this, you had this wick here, you went back down, now we are coming back above. So as soon as you break higher, that is going to be the pump starting. That's the next impulse. Now what is your roof for this? Like we are talking about this, great. So if you can connect at least 3 or more touches of price action, that's going to be your trend line. So that is your trend line. We know that, we've been following that. Now extend that one and you see where we are headed. If you are slow, if you've been consolidating more time, now you have more upside. So the question is, are you in for that or are you in a different asset saying, okay, that particular asset is not moving? If it's that, it's okay, it's up to you. But we, the strong XRP holders, are going to go through this. We're going to give it whatever it takes and reach our targets and then take profits. So guys, remember, we are following this. And when you reach the stop range, don't hesitate. Take your profits. Don't hesitate. Now, we have the shorter time frame anticipation of the market. We didn't do that. Now we have the longer time span of anticipated market movement, and I think we are going to do before that. So if that is the case, we are like extending here, we are reaching like 195 to 200 days. You extended like 100 days, then 110 days, 140, which is like 30-40% more. Now you put that here and you're literally going towards that 195 200 days. Now that's like, within this month. And if this month you're reaching like $6 to $8 XRP, are you taking profits? If you are, how much are you taking? Because there's going to be impulse, there's going to be correction, and if you break higher from there, that's massive fluctuation like what you're seeing in all these smaller assets which are going parabolic. What if you're going to see 2 days of XRP movement like this and your money is somewhere else, you're staked into some other coins? That's the bad day you can get. So guys, if you want to know about these kind of updates for a lot of assets, please do look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. And if you receive value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button. That supports the channel a lot. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.